Okay, day 2, or episode 2. Episode 2 with the Xerneas team, episode 3 of Crack the Meta. So we're using the Xerneas team again. We got 2 wins yesterday. And can we do the same again today? Hopefully. We won't spend too much time talking about the team. We did that in yesterday's episode. So let's go straight into our first battle of the day. First battle of the day, third battle with this team with 2 wins in. Regieleki, Rillaboom, Zacian, Suicune, Incineroar and Dragapult. This is a tough one. Similar to what we saw yesterday with the Trick Room matchup, you can see we're both very weak to and potentially very strong against Zacian. So let's see what we can do here. Do we need the Xerneas? I think probably not. I think Coco, Heatran, Arcanine, and Incineroar, combination of those 4 probably does the job. I'm a little bit worried about the Dragapult. I would like to bring the Tailwind, I would like to bring the Xerneas as well. So I think we lead Coco, Incineroar, Arcanine, Heatran in the back. If they have the Dragapult lead, we pretty much need the Incineroar on the lead there. I also want the Coco for terrain control, which was part of the reason why I didn't want to bring the Xerneas as well. I mean, between the Zacian, the Electro Web from the opposing Regieleki, the potential Fake Outs from the opposing Incineroar, the Bulk on Incineroar and Suicune, and then on top of that, being constantly under threat from Grassy Glide. I knew I wanted to bring the Coco one way or another. Should I bring the Xerneas or not? Okay, so who has the faster Incineroar? We do. And unfortunately, we are physical Tapu Koko. But this is certainly a good lead. I say unfortunately because we get our attack dropped. We're going to fake out the opposing. We're just going to go for it. Fake out and wild charge. Opponent switches out to Suicune. Break our own focus sash. Not fantastic. Still do good damage to that Regieleki. And then we want to U-turn out. The question is, do they Electro Web and switch the Incineroar out themselves? If they do, that would be ideal. Because then we will be removed from the field second. They don't go for a Thunderbolt. I was hoping they wouldn't do that. But I'm still happy with this play. So we bring in, what do we bring in? Arcanine. At this range, we threaten the extreme speed on the Regieleki. So we switch out first. We're going to bring our Tapu Koko back in. And we're going to hope that the opposing Incineroar is Assault Vest, so that we see a U-turn rather than a parting shot. So I'd rather deal with the extra special bulk than have our stats being lowered. Okay, so unfortunately our stats are being lowered. Can we still pick off the Regieleki from this position? I think it's quite safe for our opponent to switch in. I assume they're going to switch in the Suicune again. They just bring into action. I thought that maybe they'd bring in the Suicune and then swap out for Incineroar again, but they don't. So my opponent has quite a few options here. They could double the Arcanine slot. They could double the Tapu Koko slot as well. With an Electro Web and then picking enough Blade. I think they need to go after the Arcanine. I think they need to. We're going to go for the extreme speed. We're going to bring in the Incineroar. And now I'm not sure if the extreme speed will knock out or not. It does. Okay, that's really useful for us. Team Play comes out, so that must be, I'm assuming that was into the Pokepaste. It was. This was a really good switch. Worked out really nicely for us. So I'm assuming they probably doubled that slot. I think you probably have to expect the Incineroar switch on the opposing side. And for that reason, we are going to Parting Shot the Suicune. Our opponent could just go for it. They don't know. Way too risky. We could easily fake out that slot and, for all they know, attacked into it as well without Arcanine. Tailwind. So I expected to see the Tailwind here. Now the question becomes, do they switch out the Suicune or not? I mean, I don't think they do. I think they keep it. And actually the way this battle's gone, Xerneas would have been quite nice. I mean, it wouldn't be so amazing for us, but considering what they've brought, the Zacian excluded, I'd have been quite happy bringing the Xerneas to this matchup. You know, we could see the Zacian come in. I don't think we do, but we could. I think I want to go for it. Okay, unfortunately not. So I could have gone for a wild charge there. Scorch still does loads of damage, even after the Parting Shot. Okay, so we overextended just a little bit here. What do I expect here? I expect a Parting Shot. I expect them to let us take this Suicune. I'm assuming this will knock out. But well, the terrain's gone. It may not knock out. The terrain's gone. Do I want Arcanine or do I want Incineroar? think I want to keep Arcanine. So we're going to lose Arcanine here. They actually switch out. I think we might take the Zacian here. Even if they get the parting shot onto our Arcanine before we move. We choice banded. Okay, so things have changed. we're relying on the Tapu Koko now to get rid of this Suicune. The good news is it's a Suicune, so it probably doesn't have Protect. And yeah, there we go. Zacian goes down. Not going to complain about that. Our opponent giving us a Zacian for free there. I mean, that was really risky from our opponent. I showed them on the previous turn that I was more than happy to target that slot. And, you know, from our perspective, I think that's what's caught our opponent out there. They don't realise that from our perspective, losing the Arcanine is probably the best thing for us there. We don't, like I said, I didn't want to lose the Incineroar. I wanted to keep the Fake out. I've still got Fire moves coming from the Heatran, so I wasn't about to switch it out. And yeah, I'm quite happy with how that turn played out. Let's just say that. So from this point, I think Incineroar's done its job. We can't fake out the Suicune anyway. We're going to pull a double switch. I'm going to pull a double switch. Because from here, Arcanine gets the Incineroar, or should do, the close combat. And Tapu Koko hopefully gets a Suicune with Wild Charge in terrain. The only issue we have is, I believe they still have one turn of Tailwind left. Ideally, we'd like to see a double knockout here, which is just not going to happen. And that's what we wanted to see. We wanted to see the schools into that Incineroar slot. We wanted to see Incineroar get knocked out. Heatran's really not doing anything for us here. And unfortunately, that means our opponent gets their Tailwind up again. We're really not doing much here, for sure, with this Heatran. So Suicune was definitely the play. Sorry, the Xerneas was definitely the play. We're going to attempt to Solar Beam. I don't think there's much else for us to do. Okay, thankfully, our opponent does not go for the Tailwind. This has been a little bit risky actually. I don't know what we see come out from the Incineroar here. Hopefully not Flare Blitz into that slot. It's just Throat Chop. Okay, that's good. I'm happy that we saw the Throat Chop. And from here, we're doing what we need to do. I'd be very surprised if we see a Protect from Suicune. It's possible, but generally I don't think they're carrying it nowadays. That comes our Wild Charge, and that is more than enough to knock it out. Very happy to see that. And from here, I think it's pretty much job done. going to see a rare 2-turn Solar Beam from the Heatran here. Yeah, in that slot, you know, obviously usually you would pick the Earth Power. Or even a Heat Wave would be better. We've got the fire moves already though. We have a strong overheat, we've got Arcanine. And this should be job done. This should be job done. Unless I miss something. Our Arcanine is fast and their Incineroar, they don't have Tailwind up. Yeah, they don't. So from here, we just go straight for the close combat. Go for the Flash Cannon. Nice job done. 3 for 3. Not too bad, not too bad. What did we go up against? When it was a Calyrex Ice Rider in our very first battle with the team. Then was it the Chiron White, but they didn't bring it, and now Zacian team. So very happy with how it's gone. Good games, my opinion. Okay, final episode, or final battle with this team. It's the Zacian team again. So Zacian, Regieleki, Rillaboom, Urshifu, Incineroar, and Mungus. Tough one for sure. We definitely bring the Xerneas here. We didn't in our last Zacian game, but I think we do here. I'm mainly worried about the Urshifu. So I want to neutralise the Urshifu, and then our fire types should be able to handle the rest of the team. I want to bring Coco so we don't get spored. But at the same time, how useful is Coco? Coco's not bad, actually. Coco's really not bad. Yeah, so I think what we do, we get Incineroar, attack the Coco, Arcanine, Xerneas in the back. Tapu Koko gives us control of the terrain, take away the grassy terrain so that our Xerneas is a bit more protected against the Rillaboom. Also stops us getting spored as well. And hits the Rillaboom super effective because we're physical, of course, with that Brave Bird. Also will help us with the Urshifu regardless of which typing it is. So of course physical Tapu Koko does not have access to, I think, any physical fairy moves. So Regieleki, Urshifu lead. I mean, I'm hoping it's Dark Urshifu. I think it's probably Water Urshifu. So this is a fairly easy turn one for us. Does Urshifu have a choice scarf? I expect a double protect play or a switch out from the Urshifu. We actually don't see a protect because it is choice scarf. We should survive this. Honestly, I don't know. Coco's not. It's into the Incineroar. Oh, okay. I thought maybe we'd see that go into the Tapu Koko, but my opponent opting to remove our fire types, well, for good reason. The way they see it, they remove our fire types, their Zacian can do the job. So that's the end of Urshifu. Now Zacian comes in. You have to expect. opponent's free to Electro Web here and do go for whatever they need to go for. But be really careful. See, now, this is why I was considering bringing the Heatran originally with the chocolate berry. Now I'd rather have that Heatran than the Xerneas. So we're actually going to bring in the Xerneas and Protect, which may seem like the crazy play. But I don't want to take too much damage on the Arcanine now, because we're relying on the Arcanine to get rid of the Zacian. So yeah, Electro Web, and I expect the Behemoth Blade into the Tapu Koko. And this is a tough one. We're going to hope we have the opportunity to knock out the Regieleki this turn. I don't think we will. I don't think our opponent's going to give that to us. If they Electro Web as well, take our Incineroar. But there's every chance they expect a Protect from the Xerneas, but even then they're going to knock out the Incineroar and the move's going to redirect into the Xerneas. That comes Thunderbolt. It will do the quite comfortably, yeah. Yeah, this was not ideal. The Heatran would have been so nice for this matchup. I didn't expect to be able to get rid of the Urshifu so easily on turn 1. Do we have a way out? I don't think we do. They can easily switch out the Zacian. They could not switch out the Zacian, they go for a Volt Switch. We're going to try it. I'm expecting Rillaboom in the back. Could be a Moongus, honestly. Could be a Moongus. But on what side does it come in? Hopefully on the Zacian side. So Rillaboom or a Moongus, as expected. It's Incineroar, which is not what we wanted to see. So unfortunately I can't see a way for us to get out of this one. That was a lot of damage. That's going to be a pretty quick day long. Okay. I mean, they just fake out the Arcanine here. All day long. They fake out, they Thunderbolt the Arcanine. They just go for the Electro Web, doing tons of damage. And that Nothing. And this is it. This is it. What can we do? Well played to my opponent. Yeah, they played it really well. They played it really well. I say, I wish we brought the Heatran to this matchup as I originally planned to. I was worried about that Urshifu. Knowing what we know now, that Choice Scarf, I would have been happier bringing the Heatran, but it's Battle Spot, you know, that's how it goes. You go into these games not knowing what your opponent's going to do. And there we go, yeah, well played to my opponent. Can't argue with that. So there we have it. Our Xerneas series is now over. Two shorter but still sweet episodes. Managed to go 3-1 with the team. Again, as we mentioned yesterday, and as we have demonstrated, really quite a wonky team, but in my opinion, really quite fun to play. The battles don't tend to last too long. You can catch the opponent out with certain techs. The double intimidate is really strong as ever. So yeah, if you had a go with your team, let me know, and thank you for watching, guys. You take care.